Hello, dear students. So, coming towards the next chapter for discussion, and this is all about what we are going to discuss today is rectification of errors. Very small topic, interesting topic we are going to discuss today is all rectification of errors. Now, what do we mean by rectification of errors? That we have to understand. So, before knowing, we are supposed to know what do we mean by error. Dear students, you all know that it is the general tendency of human beings to make the mistakes. To make the mistakes in the sense to make the errors. In daily life also we commit so many mistakes. In the similar manner, we know that when we do recording of the transactions in various books of account, that is in the journal or ledger, we have to follow the principles. We have to follow the accounting rules. We have to follow the accounting principles. We have to follow accounting concepts, conventions, and all. But sometimes it so happens that by fluke, we may not be able to follow the rule. We may forget, or we may commit a mistake, or we may not be knowing what is the correct rule, and what we do here, we make the mistake. And once you make the mistake, you know that in accounting process, which starts from recording of journal and ends with preparation of trial balance. So that end when you come, the trial balance will not tally. Or sometimes it may tally, but there are few loopholes we can call which may not be recognized. So when you are not able to recognize here, you know, errors, accounting errors, we call them like they are like disease. They are like disease. And on time, if we are not identifying the disease, it will lead to disasters. You know, on time, if you are not taking medicine, you may look healthy, wealthy, but we don't know inside what is the problem. Like the diagnosis we do for the body, in the similar manner, even in accounts, before we prepare the final accounts, it is better, it is always good to identify what are the errors. They say no, all that glitters is not gold. Telugulo cheppalante merissedanta bangaram kaadu. Alaga, here sometimes what happens? No doubt the trial balance will tally, you will be happy. Sir, whatever postings I did, all are correct. But there will be some hidden reasons which may not be identifiable. So we have to identify, and for that, you know, when you get fever, okay, you take paracetamol, but along with paracetamol, generally doctor will give you some vitamin tablets also. Why he gives vitamin tablet? So that you get the proper stamina back. In the similar manner, even in accounts, whenever we are able to locate error or we are not able to locate the error, but we know there is some mistake, that time we go for rectification of error. Rectifying the error on time. As in English they say, a stitch in time saves the nine. So it's always better that before you do the final accounts, it's good you try to rectify the errors. So at what stages we can locate the errors, or at what stages we can identify the errors? The first stage is when you record the journal. That stage you can make out the error. Let me say error of principle. For example, you are buying machinery, purchased machinery. Generally what we do, we are supposed to write the journal entry machinery account debit to cash account. But what we do, we write purchase account debit to cash account. Purchase is debit, okay. Machine is debit, okay. But what happened? Actually, it should go to machinery account, but you wrote in purchase account. Like that, while posting to the ledger, that is in the second step. When we post the transaction from journal to ledger, generally we commit the mistake. Why, dear? I am telling you. The reason is we don't follow the double entry principle. Generally, I see that when we are doing ledger, you do individual ledger 1111. No. we have to do the ledgers together, and while posting the transaction also, the debit effect and the credit effect should be simultaneously posted. So while posting, we may commit the mistake. Similarly, while balancing the ledger accounts, balancing in the sense when we do the total, debit side total, credit side total. Let me say, while doing the total, we got 10,000 on debit side, but it was actually 1,000. Total was 1,000, but you wrote as 10,000. So 1 0 extra you added, and thereby what will happen? Your ledger balancing will be different. Similarly, while doing the trial balance, that is at the fourth stage we can call, when we prepare trial balance, while posting the ledger balances, we may commit the mistake. Again, the same mistake. For example, cash account, we are supposed to write 90,000, but by mistake we wrote 9,000. Like that, errors will be there. So, a good accountant, what he will do? Before going for final accounts, he will check all the books, that is journal, ledger, balancing and trial balance. In fact, only two books of accounts we have, journal and ledger. Word to word, I mean say systematically, each transaction, each posting he will observe, and wherever he is finding the mistake, he is trying to locate that. And now, as I told you, what are the stages of errors? Basically, in two stages, we come across the error deal. That is, while we record the journal, while we post them into the ledger. Already I told you error of principal, error of omission, error of commission. In detail, I am going to explain this. So, at recording stage, we have the error of principal. In the sense, we are not applying the proper rule of debit or credit. Or the account, for example, I gave you real account, you have taken as nominal account. Instead of writing nominal account, you took it as personal account. Like that, the mistakes are there. Omission. Omission in the sense completely you have ignored. You have not at all recorded the transaction. Like that, while posting also, we have the error of omission, error of commission. Commission in the sense of posting the wrong amounts into the wrong account or on the wrong side. As I told you, for example, it was 10,000, but we wrote 1,000. We were supposed to write the amount on debit side, but we wrote the amount while posting on the credit side. These all leads to the errors. So basically, what are the different types of errors? Means error of principal, error of omission, error of commission. Okay, these are the errors which we see, and then the stages, if you see, again the third stage, balancing and preparation of trial balance. I explained you there. Wrong totaling, I told you. Instead of writing 10,000, you wrote 9,000. So balancing also. Let me say 15,000 minus 1,500. It should be 13,500, but we wrote 16,500. Like that, some or the other mistake we commit, and that all leads to the difference in the trial balance or your trial balance, though it may tally, but there are certain loopholes. Like that, you see, these are the different types of errors. As I told you, there are few errors which may be disclosed by the trial balance. There are few errors which may not be disclosed by trial balance. Let me say here with one example. When you say you are having fever, it is disclosed. If you touch your body, we can know, yes, you have the temperature. But if you say, I have severe knee pain, then we cannot disclose it. How can I identify? Like that, here are some errors which we see that some can be disclosed by the trial balance and some cannot be disclosed by trial balance. So what are those errors which are disclosed by trial balance? In the sense, easily we can identify. Then it is error of posting, error of casting, error of totaling, error of carrying forward, partial omission, and double posting the same amount. Similarly, those errors which cannot be disclosed, I told you the example, purchase account debit to cash account. Actually, it was supposed to be machinery. So machinery, instead of debiting machinery, I have debited purchase account. So that is error of principal. So it won't be disclosed. When we are going to do the vouching, verification and all, that time only we'll come to know that there is an error. Like that, these are the types of errors you can call which are disclosed and not disclosed. Each type of error I am giving you with explanation. Now first, error of principle. What are error of principle? I told you we have to record the transaction with accounting principles. And when you violate or ignore, they are called error of principle. As I told you, purchase of machinery recorded in purchase book. Actually, it should be recorded in which book? Purchase book is a subsidiary book. We cannot record the asset in purchase book, but we record it. So it's a wrong recording. Error of principle. Like that, let me say, sold machinery recorded in sales book. We sold one machine, but where we recorded? In the sales book. Sales book is meant for recording sale of goods, not the purchases. So, why these errors they come? Generally, when you are not able to distinguish between the capital and revenue items, then these errors they come. This is error of principle of omission. Omission in the sense when we are not recording the transaction. So this can be of two types again. Completely we have not recorded, or partially we have recorded. Completely not recorded means what? Let me say, in example I gave, we bought furniture. Okay, we bought furniture from XYZ. Here I told Saket and we forgot. It was out of the mind. We were not able to record it. So completely recorded. We have not at all recorded. So what will happen? No effect in the trial balance. Why? We have not recorded only, sir. Neither debit I recorded nor credit I recorded. So when the transaction is not recorded at all, so automatically the trial balance will tally. But when there is partial omission, partial I am telling you, in the sense we recorded one aspect of transaction. I told you while posting generally we'll do. Okay. Generally while posting we'll record one side and we'll forget to record on credit second side. Like here I told you, credit sales to Sundar. We recorded in which book? Sales book we recorded, but in Sundar's account we forgot to write, sir. So what will happen? Only one aspect we recorded. Similarly, let me say we paid salary. Okay, we wrote in salary account, that is to cash we wrote, but in cash account by salary we forgot. So what will happen? There will be partial omission. So trial balance will not tally because debit is given, credit is not given. Credit is given, debit is not given. Error of omission. Then what do you mean error of commission? When we do the wrong recording or wrong posting, then these errors they come. Okay, you can see error of recording. What do you mean error of recording? Error of recording is when we record a transaction in the wrong book. In the wrong book. Here we told we bought furniture. Sorry, in the sense we bought furniture. For how much? Let me say 8,500. No doubt I told goods, but I am telling furniture. But how much we recorded? We record it as 5,800. Wrong amount we recorded. So there is difference. There is difference. Actually it is 8,500, but I wrote 5,800. No doubt trial balance will tally because we wrote amount wrong. Later when we'll check, we'll come to know the difference amount. Then error of posting. As I said, when we are transferring the journal entries from journal to ledger, we have to write according to the rule. The account which is debited should be debited. Account which is credited should be credited. But what we do generally, we commit the mistake. Right side, we write the wrong amount. On wrong side, we write the right amount. Like that, the mistakes are committed. And sometimes they may be compensated and trial balance may agree. Then comes compensating errors. What do I mean compensating errors? Nothing but, for example, in one account you gave debit, in other account you gave credit. So automatically it so happened that the excess of debit or credit, they got neutralized. They got neutralized. In the sense, in one account I gave excess debit and in other account I gave less debit. So automatically did balance. This kind of errors are very dangerous. Compensating errors are very dangerous. Then error of posting the wrong account in the wrong head. I already told you. Like example, we paid to whom? Mahesh. But we are writing in whose account? Suresh. Let me say I paid to ABC Limited, but I wrote XY Limited. Like this, these are also harmful errors. Then, how These were the errors which may or may not be disclosed. Now here are the errors which are disclosed by the trial balance. Error of posting. We have allowed discount. Discount allowed. You know it's a nominal account. Expense it is. But you wrote on the credit side of discount account. Where it should come? On the debit side it should come. But we wrote on the credit side. Like that, we have posting the wrong amount. We sold goods of 25,000, but we wrote 2,500. 1 0 difference. Okay. Like that, error of totaling. Already I told you. Like we have overcasted by 100 rupees. Means extra we wrote 100. Similarly, instead of writing 1750, we wrote 1500. Or instead of writing 1500, we wrote 1750. All these are the errors trial balance. Then error of carrying forward. Carry forward. What happens? Generally, when we bring down the balance from one page to another page, we make the mistake. Same thing again. Instead of carrying 150, we took 1500. Like that partial omission and all, I have explained you already. Then, what to do, sir? Generally, when there is difference in trial balance, what we do? Last minute we came to know that there are differences. That time, we prepare one imaginary account. One imaginary account we prepare, and in that, whatever difference is there, that is two sides of trial balance when they are not tallying, for time being in this temporary account, we put that account amount. Later we'll try to rectify why the difference has come, and through this suspense account, we'll be able to detect and rectify the errors there. So what is the purpose of this suspense account? It is a temporary account, imaginary account, which is prepared or opened by the business concerned to post the difference amount for time being. Okay, so that there won't be any delay in preparation of final accounts. Then comes the how we are going to take the errors. So, if you take from the rectification point of view, there are two types of errors. One we call single-sided error, one we call double-sided error. What are single-sided error? Those which affect only one side of the account. Okay, and these single-sided errors, they don't require any journal entry. Simply if we write the statement, we can rectify. Okay, one aspect is mistake there, so we can rectify. Then second is double-sided error. In the sense, both the accounts are affected. Debit, credit, credit, debit, both are affected. So we write journal entry. So for that, how the stages are there? Then generally what happens, we are able to rectify the errors I told you in the 4 stages. But usually in the first 3 stages, we will not detect the error. When we'll come to know there is an error, we'll come to know only when we are preparing the trial balance. Okay? As you all, what you all do? Neck of the moment, when the exam comes, that time you will take out your book and you will study. Like that here also, accountant, he will not be bothered. When he'll prepare trial balance, that time the trial balance will not tally. That time he'll try to break the head to find the errors. What errors are there? So 2 stages we call. One before preparing trial balance and one after preparing trial balance. So if we are rectifying the error, we came to know that there is an error, and if we do before preparing which account? Before preparing the trial balance, then what we do? Whatever difference we are getting, we are going to put in the suspense account, imaginary account. Just I explained you. Then sir, after preparing trial balance, if I am able to come to know, even then also through suspense account, we are going to prepare or pass the rectifying entry. Now this I am going to show. If you see here, I brought few illustrations for you. If you see here, salary paid to Pawan debited to his account. Salary paid to Pawan. Actually, what is the journal entry for salary? Salaries account debit to cash account. Keep in mind. But in this transaction, what we did? We wrote Pawan account debit to cash account. Okay. We wrote Pawan account debit to cash account. So salary we have to debit now and Pawan we have to credit, because nominal account, any nominal account, keep in mind, it will not be debited to the personal account like salary paid to Pawan, rent paid to Radha. No, always it should be through cash only. So rectified entry, you can see here, salary to Pawan is the rectified entry. Like that, if you see here, what we wrote, rent paid to the owner, rent, we paid rent to owner. What will be the journal entry? Rent to cash. But again, what we did, we wrote Murli to cash. So Murli is wrongly debited. So we credited. In the previous, Pawan was there. Like that, repairs to building. Repairs to building. Keep in mind, we have done some repairs to building, and where we debited? Building account. You know, building is a capital expenditure called asset. But for repairs, what is the entry? Repairs to cash. But we wrote buildings to cash. We wrote buildings to cash. Again, where the wrong entry we wrote, building was debited. Actually, repair was to be debited. So repairs to building. Like that, 850 was used for personal use. But where we debited? Trade expense. Personal use means drawings, but we treat it as expense. What entry we wrote? Expense account debit to cash we wrote. Actually, it should be drawings account debit to cash account. So again, if you see, cash was okay. Mistake was in giving the wrong debit. So that trade expense we have credited. Like that, you see the transactions here in the illustration. If you see the second illustration here with the help of suspense account, credit sales of 7,000 were posted to whose account? Sinu's account. We sold goods to Mohan, but we posted to whom? Sohan. What are the wrong things we have done? Actually, we sold goods to Mohan, so Mohan should be debited. But we posted to whose account? Sinu account. Okay, we wrote Sinu account debit. So Sinu should be credited with how much? 5,000. Sales were of 7,000. Sinu, wrong, we gave 5,000. So how much is the difference? 2,000. This 2,000 we are writing in suspense. Like that, if you see here, purchases, opposite of purchase, sales is purchases. So suspense is debited. Sharath is credited. Kiran is also credited. Like that, you see the transactions. Then, goods returned to Shailaja were posted to the credit of who? Pavani. Okay, we returned goods to whom? Shailaja. Shailaja is receiver, but we posted to whom? Pavani. Pavani is also debited there. We wrote by mistake Pavani also. So Shailaja debited, Pavani debited. Total amount how much? 7,000 credited. Like that, if you see, goods returned by Ratanji, in the sense sales return it is. Okay, goods returned is sales return. Similarly, cash sales entry you see, wrong entry, correct entry, true suspense. Like that, here we have the subject of your rectification of errors dear. Now, if you see the third one, third illustration, what is the transaction? Purchase book is overcast. You know, purchase book shows debit balance. It's overcasted, means extra we wrote. So what we are going to do? Suspense account will debit, purchase account will credit. Like that, purchase return book is undercast. Purchase return shows credit balance. So purchase return account is undercasted, means it is less. So I have to increase my credit. So suspense debit, purchase return credit. These transactions, what I am giving you here, these are the generally asked transactions in your examination. If you prepare for these transactions, it's more than enough. Then, received 222 from Amla, but we wrote 2,222. Correct? We received 222, but we wrote extra. How much extra we wrote? See the difference? 2,000. So, Amla account we debited. Why? Actually, the entry should be cash account debit to Amla account. So, we were supposed to write 222, but we wrote 2,222. How much extra we wrote in Amla? 2,000 rupees we wrote extra in Amla. So we debited Amla. She was credited. Now we debited. Like that you see in the next one, dear. Sold goods to Rajesh. How much goods we sold? 296. But we wrote 269. These are the general mistakes. So difference of 27 rupees. Selling goods to Rajesh. We sold off 296. So 296 we should write. But in Rajesh account we wrote 269 only. So he should be debited further for how many rupees? 27 rupees. Like that you see, received 350 from Sharat was posted on debit side of his account. Where it should be posted, dear? Received. Credit the giver. He is the giver, so we should put on the credit side. But we have posted on debit side. So if I want to rectify, I have to give the double the amount on the credit side. So suspense account debit to Sharat account. Like this, if you see, you have the different aspects of your rectification. Now in this chapter, dear, mostly we expect what are the types of errors as a theory question. Mostly we expect types of errors for 5 marks. Sometimes you will be given with the 4 or 5 transactions for 5 marks. Like purchase book is overcast, sales book is undercast, salary paid to Ram, debited to his account. These are the common ones. You need not go into the extreme level of the problems. Whatever I have shown in the slides, that illustration number 1 and 3, if you focus, 2, of course, it is of little bit high level, I taught you, but still let it be. But focus more on illustration number 1 and the third one. From that, definitely you are going to get a sort of same pattern question. Then, even in 2 marks, you can expect suspense account, error of commission, error of principal. So already in a very clear manner, I have given you all the